Hello students, welcome to Pathak's Computer Academy online classes. In the previous videos, we learned about the basics of information technology. Today, we will see the basics of cyber safety. So, the contents we covered are introduction to cyber safety, digital citizenship, elements of digital citizenship. So let's start. First of all, we have to know about what is cyber safety. Cyber safety means being secure online. That's all. Whatever we are doing online, that should be safe with respect to all manner. Okay? These threats are everything that can prove a risk. For example, a publicly accessible internet connection that should be avoided. Phishing emails look like a legitimate email. Suspicious link. Downloadable documents or apps. Okay? So, cyber safety helps to avoid those risks, but also helps to protect against their consequences because it is impossible to avoid all hazards. What it means? It means we have to take care of various things before going through online activity. Okay, there are some techniques and tools through which we can avoid or shorten the risk, but also we have to know about the consequences of doing activity online. So, internet safety, online safety, cyber safety or e-safety, all are the synonyms of each other and all are trying to be safe on the internet. Clear? It is the act of maximizing a user's awareness of personal safety and security, risk to private information and property associated with using the internet. Okay, we are dealing with e-commerce site, giving our information regarding debit card, credit card. Thus, we have to very care of that. So, basic definition of cyber safety is safe practices when using the internet, prevent personal attack or criminal activity. I hope you understand what is cyber safety, or you can say that internet safety. So, every person who are indulged with online activity must have the knowledge of these 9 elements of digital citizenship. What they are? They are digital access, digital literacy, digital communication, digital commerce, digital etiquette, digital health and wellness, digital rights, freedoms and responsibilities, digital security and digital law. Let's start and learn about all these 9 elements one by one. So, first one is digital access. As the name suggests, equitable distribution of technology and online resources is an important issue from the perspective of human rights and social justice. Okay? What it means? It means each and every user of internet must have a same importance, okay, to use the digital content. That's why digital technologies allow users to go beyond national and geographic boundaries, where the government could block internet service providers based on some circumstances. For example, in Jammu and Kashmir, when Article 370 waived off, around 6 months there was no 4G internet available. Okay? So, based on some specific circumstances, that facility can be blocked, but as a normal scenario, digital access must be given to each and every person. Okay? The government can also place restrictions on internet service providers with regards to any content deemed illegal or offensive. Okay? I think it is very clear to you. What is digital access? These are some examples. Pakistan had banned YouTube. Why? Because they think that there are some content which support anti-Islam. Okay? China has blocked Google, Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. So it is based on the perspective of the government, what content has to be seen by the user, or what facility is given to the user. So, the web we are using or we are dealing, like Facebook, Twitter, Amazon, are in the category of public web. Other than this, there are two more web, that is known as deep web and dark web. Deep web are the inaccessible database which are used for activities such as hacking and piracy, while the dark web is a marketplace for illegal goods such as drugs, firearms and stolen credit card numbers, etc. These two webs, deep and dark, are used by the specific user for specific purpose. Clear? So, next one is digital literacy. Understanding technology and its use is a basic condition for optimizing its benefits. As simple as that. If you know the technology, afterwards you can use that technology to the optimum level. Okay? For example, if there is a car in your home, when you understand the functionality of the car, you can easily drive and takes the benefits of the car. Clear? So, digital literacy is the ability to use digital technology safely while staying within the bounds of social responsibility. For example, many students enjoy playing online games like PUBG, etc. However, they need to understand the potential risk associated with online gaming and accordingly take the necessary precautions. Okay? You heard about that. There are some videos of kids in which after some time there is some illegal activity which ask for the kids to do these tasks. Okay? So we have to very taken care of as a parent as well as a student. So, as a digital literacy, the ability to find and select information can be done by the following points. First one is whether the information is given by the proper author. The author information is given there. Whether the information is used for the current scenario. Date is mentioned or not. Whether the information is given, that domain is credible. Is the website designed properly? Are the spelling and grammar in the writing is correct? Okay? These type of information, if you have, then I think digital literacy is for you. Now the third one, digital communication. Digital communication means the electronic exchange of information within the pupil, either by emails, cell phones, instant messaging without delay. Okay? We are communicating digitally. I am saying or I am teaching specific content for the 9th standard students. This is the communication done by the digital way. Okay? Digital communication is the ability to read, understand, and interpret digital processes to connect and interact with others. Everyone needs to be conscious of the differences between real and virtual life and use technology in a way that it does not become a substitute for real life communication. Okay? As nowadays there is a COVID scenario going on, that's why we are teaching digitally to the students. But it should not be in a persistent way. After the COVID scenario, the teacher and student association should be in a proper classroom, face to face. Okay? So how it is possible? It is possible through responsible sharing. What I am going to share, that should be correct, that should be authentic. Okay? So, take responsibility for your online communication. Forwarded information or post only after verifying the source and content. And if there can some mistake happen, it should be admitted. And after admitting the mistake, the content should be waived off. Avoid sharing posts that are offensive, which creates riot between the caste, religion. As a responsible citizen, we have to take care of that. Personal responsibility for information posted online, that can be posting photographs of your relative or your friends after taking the proper consent. Viewing inappropriate content that is not the boundary of your viewership. Gaming. Okay. So how to respond to online challenges? There are some tools which are available to deal with aggressive or inappropriate conduct online. Secondly, learn how to block, mute, delete or report on the games and console being used which are not appropriate. Other than this, if you face any challenge in online gaming world or other platform, immediately inform your parents or elders so that they can support and guide you. This is very much important, and we have to communication between the friends, your elders, parents, teachers. If something went wrong, don't hesitate. This is the third point, digital communication. If I am giving inappropriate data, that should be avoid it. Okay. So, the fourth one is digital commerce. Digital commerce means increasing buying and selling of goods and services has opened for the sellers, service providers and consumers. For example, Flipkart, Amazon are doing very well in India through some festival. Digital commerce is about the user undertaking legitimate and legal exchange using digital technology. When we are going to purchase something online or we are doing some recharge with some platform like Paytm, then the facility or platform provided by that site must be legitimate, must be correct, must be secure. Okay? They can choose what they want from a wide array of products offered by an ever-expanding market of online vendors. Whenever we go to the local market, they shows few of things related to which we are going to purchase. But in online market, the site gives a lot of related products to view, to analyze, and after that to make decision to purchase. This is called digital commerce. But if there are positive advantages of digital commerce, there is another flip of the coin, that is financial frauds involving privacy breach. Your personal information can be saved by the sites. Identity theft, unauthorized access, okay, that should be taken care by the digital commerce site. So, what are the opportunities and risk? The site can be phishing. Some attackers design the clone of the site. That should be taken care of, that it cannot be possible. Malvertising through your website something which is not related or which is not good or advertising, it should be stopped. Piracy, the product which is legal should not have a duplicated material, or we should avoid to saw pirated version of movies, games. So how it is to be done? By taking some safety measures. Install a robust anti-malware and antivirus solution. Be extra careful while visiting websites that ask for personal and financial information. Never click on suspicious email messages. Okay? Shop only at websites you trust. As well as always trying to use your personal laptops and mobiles while doing online activity. Okay. Next one is digital etiquette. Digital etiquette describes the norms or appropriate and responsible behavior while using technology devices. Okay? As a responsible citizen, we have to take care of what we are saying to the others, what we are sharing to the social platform. It should be appropriate as well as in responsible manner. Okay? Avoid posting anything that is not true, such as rumors or gossips. In the COVID scenario, through the social networking sites, there are various rumors move from one place to another, which creates panic to the citizen of India. It should be avoided by not posting them without verifying. This is called digital etiquette, our manner through which we can do something better for our society. Various forms of cyberbullying. What is cyberbullying? As the name suggests, teasing of your friends, other pupils, some society, caste, religion through the cyber, means internet, is known as cyberbullying. And the category can be making fun of another user in internet chat rooms, circulating rumors about another on social networking sites, sending threatening emails, etc. These are in the category of cyberbullying, which should be avoided. So, how to stop cyberbullying? First of all, the site where bullying is happening, you have to log off from that site. Okay? If it is not possible, then don't respond the emails or messages which came from that site. Okay? If that is not enough, then save the message or email and show it to an adult or your parents. Okay? Or tell someone you trust who can take these messages and emails and go to the appropriate authority to take actions. Clear? Now the sixth one, digital health and wellness. What it is? Digital wellness is balancing your online and offline living and using tools efficiently to make the most of technology and the internet. Okay? So, digital health and wellness is the ability to use technology like mobile phones, laptops, desktop and tablets and not using too much till the point where it hurts. The posture of your sitting, the use of your mobiles in dark, that can hurt your health. That should be taken care of. There is a balance between using the internet as well as your own life. Some common problems are physical health problems and obesity, limited movement of limbs. If you are doing the internet surfing regularly without taking break, eye strain, hearing loss and many more. So, what are the golden rules? First of all, avoid excess of anything, whatever. If you are playing which are beyond the access limit, it should be avoided. Like that, using the internet excessively must be avoided. Do not eat and surf the net at the same time. Use technology with a positive attitude. Whenever it is required, you have to learn something, then use that technology. If you are seeing some negative messages or activities such as personal hygiene, food and water, time spent with your family and friends, doing some offline hobbies, these are some golden rules through which you can maintain and balance the offline and online activities. The next one is digital rights, freedom and responsibilities. A collective sense of rights and responsibilities is important in a digital society for maintaining social harmony. As we know, we cannot totally cut down our online activities. But with the same time, we have to know about rights, we have to know about the freedoms of others, and we have to know about the responsibility on online surfing. So our rights are right to education, right to privacy, right to be safeguarded from violence, abuse and exploitation, right to freedom of expression and the right to be heard. If any activity violates the community guideline of a social media platform, that post, that comment, that photo, video or even the account can be deleted. So we have to know about our rights, freedom and responsibilities. Okay? So there are some points. Act within the law. Use technology in a manner that respects the rights of others. Do not breach the community standards, etc. Now, the next one is digital security, which is very much important point. I will take another video lecture on a single point, that is digital security. But as of now, we have to know the basics of digital security. Digital security means awareness of potential online risk, threats and attacks, and the way and means of preventing them. Okay. First of all, we have to know about what are the risks whenever we do the online activities, and what are the ways through which we can prevent ourselves. Preventing and countering threats and risk can be done by doing some small activities like install antivirus software and ensure that it is updated regularly. Regularly update software and operating system. Use privacy settings on mobile phones, apps and browsers. It is very much needed. That's why you easily see that in your mobile, time to time, you have to update your software which is already installed, as well as you have to update the software, that is operating system as well. This is the example of your password. First one is password should be secret. You have to be kept within yourself. Do not share with anyone. Second one, it should be unique. Okay, which is not related to your username or mails or your birthday or something which is easily recognizable. And at the last, your password should be strong. How it is to be done? It should be the combination of letters, digits and special symbols. Okay? And the last one is digital law. At the core of digital citizenship are basic ethics, which are reflected in national and international laws. For the cyber safety, there is a law for the users by the government, either national as well as international. So we have to know about that law and work accordingly. Most users are unaware of the possible consequences of their online activities. Thus, legal implications can be done on that user by using the internet inappropriately. The following are some actions that are unethical or illegal, like software or system piracy, downloading music and films without authorization or payment, stealing others' work, which is in the category of plagiarism and copyright infringement, identity theft, illegal file sharing, hacking, creating destructive viruses or worms that causes damage to other people's data and devices. It should not be done by you. Okay? Okay? By knowing these laws, you can avoid some illegal activities. Clear? So being safe on social media platforms. Choose friends wisely. Consider the whole image. Ask yourself if the image or background giving an indication where you were or what you were doing at the time of taking the picture. If yes, then reconsider to post it. These are some methods through which you can save yourself. So, the aware of your rights, the national and international law, the digital citizenship can be fruitful for you. So that's all for today. Today we learned the basics of cyber safety, what it is. Okay? It means secure online. And what are the elements of digital citizenship and what are the purposes of each elements? I think it is very much clear about each element of digital citizenship and the cyber safety. In the next class, we will start cyber security in detail. Thank you so much.